Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, my name is Eve. This is Eve's Creations Paint Party. It's Friday night. What? We're doing a pumpkin a pear this evening. So I am working on a 16 by 20 canvas. It is 16 this way, 20 straight up and down. If you're working on something different, that is okay. Okay, the weapons I'm using tonight is Big Boy. He's a 1-inch flat. We have Mini-Me in the house. He is a small shader, and Tiny, who is a small round brush. Right? You guys have that. If you don't, you can always order it from me. So, hi, my name's Eve. If you're painting along with me, that is awesome. Let me know if anyone's painting with me. A few things to go over. All of my videos are free to watch, and tips are appreciated. I have Venmo and PayPal. So I will post those links for you now. Replays are available on Facebook for 30 days, and then you have to head on over to YouTube. So YouTube is the same name, Eve's Creations Paint Party, and there's 500 videos over there. Have at it. Always, always, always the same brushes. Always, always, always the same paint. So if you'd like to own an Eve's Creations original, it's Eve's Creations Art on Etsy, right? You know, I don't want to say it, but you know, holidays are coming up, and original artwork, they don't already have it because it's the only one in the world. The only one, I promise you. So there's my Etsy page. Hello, 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 Sherry. How are you doing this evening? So we have Etsy, I did YouTube, I did PayPal, I did Venmo, I did the brushes, I did the canvas size. We're doing some roll call, and the paint is always the same paint. I know, I can't sing, I paint. Yellow, white, red, blue, and black, right? Always, always, always the same. I can't show you both at once where I'm going and what I'm working on. So if you need to, take your screenshot. There you go, 6,000%. I did start off the evening with I did do a little preparation. It wasn't much. Isn't gonna throw you off. Isn't gonna be too much to catch up with. Ketchup, mustard. So I did pre-paint my canvas with blue and black together. Now, you can't see the blue. The black. Oh, thank you so much for the stars, Dawn. Thank you so much. Stars is enabled, guys. That's amazing. Thank you, sweetheart. Dawn coming in with stars, making an entrance, 6,000%. That's what I like to see. The reason, all right, anybody know the reason? The reason we put blue down with our black, even though it looks straight black, is because orange and blue are opposite each other on the color wheel. So the blue will make your orange pumpkins pop even more without anybody even knowing why that your colors are popping. Oh yeah. So there's a little trick for you. Mix some blue in with your black when you're doing orange pumpkins. 6,000%. 6,000%. So this painting is very simple for you guys to do. We've done pumpkins before. You're gonna be. This is a fun, easy, nice painting for the fall, for autumn, and you know, hang out, paint a little bit, relax, get some me time, because it's gonna be hustle bustle time pretty soon. So I am gonna start with Big Boy. He's my 1-inch flat, and I'm gonna grab some white paint. You know how we roll. Right? We map it all out in white first. So, my first pumpkin, da-da-da-da-da, right? If I find my center, there's my center, okay? So, here's my center, right? And this guy is half up there, half down here, right? We're going to leave room for the stem, all of that good stuff. So right about here, and I'm just going to do a parentheses, parentheses, pumpkin shape. That's it. Nothing fancy. We're not worrying about any fancy shapes yet. We're just doing a good old-fashioned... Need the screenshot, Joan? No worries. Here you go, sweetheart. How are you today? I love, 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 love what you did with the steamy... Thank you, Marcia, so much for the stars. Wow, you guys are rocking my world tonight. Thanks. Thank you so much. Joan, I loved what you did with the steaming cauldron. That was such a great idea. Thank you so much for showing me your amazing work. It's all right, Cherry. You got plenty of time. Slap it on now. Blue and black. You got plenty of time, sweetheart. All I did was make a circle so far. And now I got to catch up mustard with roll call. So all I did was blue and black together. Sherry's in the house. Dawn is in the house. Marcia coming in, slinging stars. Hello, 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 Marcia. Joan is here. Joan is in the house. Woohoo! Black and blue. Blue and black. The reason that we put blue into the black, you can't see it because the black covers the pigment up. But we put the blue into the black because this is orange, right? And blue makes orange pop. So your pumpkins will be popping and nobody even knows why. Aw, you have, Dawn? You're still adjusting to the every 2 weeks? I understand. I understand. But also understand that I have time to breathe now, which is a nice thing because I've got lots of stuff going on. And we get to take a minute. Which I have to ask you guys, what do you want to paint? Think of some ideas. Not now. Don't bombard me. We have a painting to do. But start thinking of stuff. Do you want more fall? Do you want me to start with the holiday stuff? It's getting to be the middle of November in a week. So, think about it. Think about it. And then at the end, when I can write stuff down, I'll ask you guys, okay? Hello, hello, hello. Tina B is in the house. Tina B, OG. Hanging out. Alright. So, we got pumpkin number 1, right? Leaving room for the stem. He's on this side of the canvas. If you put your canvas halfway, he's above and below that halfway mark. Start off smaller than what you actually want it, because the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. Oh, that reminds me, all my videos are kid-friendly, so I'm going to try to watch this thing. If you guys could watch your comments, that would be awesome. Woo! Alright. We need a pumpkin number 2. A pumpkin number 2. He's just a little guy. The Snow Friends paintings we did a while back. Oh, the penguin, the polar bear, and the snowman. We had penguins, snowmen, polar bears. They were all hanging out with each other doing fun stuff. Okay, pumpkin number 2 is a little squattier. Alright, so we're going to make like a little eggy kind of shape going on there. And he's at a tilt. He's got a little tilt. He had a little bit of holiday beverage going on. He's a little tilted. I understand, Tina B. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my white paint and I'm going to fill and fix. Right? And I am going to follow that curve. I am going to follow the shape of the pumpkin. Am I making sure this is completely white, 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 white? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not worrying about it being completely white, 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 white. We are filling and fixing our shapes, and we are training our brain to go and follow the curve of a pumpkin. Oh, you really like that one, Penny? That one, yeah, that one had a lot in it. That was very industrious of me, that painting. Okay, so we're gonna follow that curve, right? Fill and fix. If you need to make any adjustments, make them now, right? Just putting this in, just giving ourselves a nice base. And we're gonna do the same with the little guy. Right, follow that curve, right? So this way, and then it's down in the middle. And then you slightly curve the other pieces. All right, see, I'm going to this spot, curve that way, go back to that spot, go down, go back to that spot, little piece here, little piece there. Always from that spot. Okay, always from that spot. A lot of people have the habit of doing this. That's not from that spot. Okay, speaking of that spot, our pumpkins have some Humpty Dumps on it, right? They got some Humpty Dumps. Humpty Dumps. See our Humpty Dumps? Right? Cute little Humpty Dumps. So, we're going to take our white paint. And we're going to find the middle of our pumpkin is right about here. And we're going to do a Humpty Dump right there. Okay. And then we're going to do follow the curve. Humpty Dump right here. And again, you could fill and fix. Right? I'm making my curve a little more curvy. That's why we started off smaller than what we wanted, in case we had to make any adjustments. Alright, so I'm going to put this Humpty Dump right in there. And then we're going to come on this side, and we're going to put this Humpty Dump right there. Alright, this is going to feel weird. That's okay. Let it feel weird. It's alright. If you're not getting the tops just right or whatever, that's fine. Because when we put the stem in, we can fix it. Alright, so it's going to feel a little weird. It's going to feel like not right. Okay, but just put these shapes in for yourself. Make your adjustments. Fix your sides. You do that all with the white paint. Hello, Becky. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing, busy lady? Okay, now we got the Humpty Dumps on the little guy. Right? Finding my little center. Doing a little piece there. You can't see this because it's in there. Doing my little piece there. Making an adjustment if I need to. I'll add a little bit of red so you can see it. Alright, I'm going to do my little piece here. Okay, and there you go. There you go. Pumpkin shapes. You're doing good? Glad to hear it, darling. Glad to hear it. You guys started me off with stars right out of the gate. You guys are absolutely amazing. So there you go. Ketchup mustard time. There you go. Pumpkin shapes are on board. Now, this has got spots. It's got to go to the doctor. It has spots. We got spots. I'm going to show you 3 ways to make circles. 3 ways to make circles. Okay? And then, if you're waiting on me, or later on, you can turn around and do your circles. Right now, if you're working on your pumpkins, that's fine. You can do your circles at any point in time that you like. All right, circle number 1. Parentheses and a parentheses. Right? Circle number 1. Circle number 2. Scribble circle. Well, it could help if the camera was showing you what I was doing. Scribble circle. And go back and fix it if you need to. Circle number 3, which you don't want a lot of paint on your brush. A small amount of paint is the push and spin. Put your brush right up against the canvas. Push it in. Spin it around. Circle number 3, okay? 3 ways to make circles. And now you can turn around and fill in as many circles as you want. Remember, the more you play with it, the bigger it gets. Right? Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind because I have some George circles. See? Look. George. George's friend. Another George. We're going to love them and hold them and squeeze them and call them friends. So, if you're getting some George circles, look, it's bigger than my finger. No worries. No one's going to care. See, you guys didn't even notice till I pointed it out. So, if you wind up with some George circles, right, that's what we call our friends, get a little girthy. We don't care. All right, now that our white, hello everybody, hello Carolyn, George is in the house. Who invited George? Who invited George? That's what I want to know. Seriously. Leave it alone. You got it, Becky. You got it. Okay, our white is dry. I feel like I'm yelling. I'm very animated today. I guess I'm excited to see you guys too. Alright, so our white is dry. Our next coat, white, yellow, red. It's going to make a peach color. White, yellow, and red. White, yellow, and red. And we're going to follow that curve. See how it just did all of this amazing, like, separation of color like that? Leave it alone. We want those. Okay? It's not as important on this step, but it is on the last step. So, if you could practice getting those and leaving them alone, it's a good idea. White, yellow, and red is all I'm grabbing. Notice I'm holding my brush close to the bristles. I'm churning it to get nice, sharp edges, right? Using the flat of that brush. And I'm following those curves. If it's see-through, add more white. Holding close, using the flat of that brush, staying in my lines. Grabbing yellow, red, and white on my brush. That's all I'm doing. Okay, this curve right here, like this, and like this. All right, that's that curve. These guys on either side Okay. We're not worrying about perfect colors right now. This is only layer 2. I'm just making it different colors so you can see the shape. Okay, that's this piece. Then this piece over here is like that. Okay, and then the piece in the middle. Hello, Laura, how are you doing, sweetheart? Then the piece in the middle. Shoop. And shoop. Layer 2. Layer 2. Right? This is where we add the white. This is where we add the white with the colors that we're going to want. This is where we fix our edges. This is where we make sure that it's not see-through anymore. You got to add more white paint, then do it. Okay, if you over touchy and get rid of those stripes, that's okay. That's fine at this point. Just wanted to give you a little heads up because you're going to want those for the last step. You know I can't stay in my lines, right? But we got a trick. I got a trick to show you to clean all of that up. See that? See that down there? Alright, do the little guy. We're not worrying if we go out of our lines a little bit. We're not worrying about that. Okay, do not stress that stuff right there. I got a trick to show you. Remind me to show you the trick. Okay, we're going to let that dry. We're going to grab a mini-me. And we're going to make some stems. Oh, yeah. Laura's in the house. What? We got Laura in the house. Hi, Chuck. How are you doing, darling? Okay, so we're going to make some stems. We're going to put in where our stems are going to be. And like I said, you just keep filling in all your circles any way you want to. And put some circles going off the edge. Like me. How you doing, Chuck? What's going on, darling? Okay, I'm going to take Tiny. He's a small round. We're going to grab white. We're going to grab yellow. And we're going to grab blue. Whole lot of white. Whole lot of white. You're doing fantastic. That's awesome, Chuck. Whoop. Start here. Start in the middle of this one. Now, remember when I said if you screwed up your ovally pieces, right? This is your opportunity to fix them. So you can go in with the stem and put in the curve better. Okay, so if you messed up your little curves on the top, you can just go in and put them in place with the green. Okay, when you're using a round brush to fill anything in, make sure you go in the directions of the bristles so you don't destroy your brush. Okay, now we're going to do a curly Q. Stem colors. Absolutely Dawn is white, a whole lot of white, blue, and yellow. All right, whole lot of white, blue, and yellow. Thank you, Tina B. Okay, so we're going to go to our little point here. And we're going to do a loop, dee-dee-loop, and another loop, dee-dee-loop. Remember, we're just getting the shape in place. We're not looking for anything crazy fantastic. We're just putting our shapes in. Okay, and this side, curl it out. Then we're going to do a leaf, right? Teardrop. Teardrop. Another teardrop. On the bottom, show you the bottom once more. We have curly Q's coming out, and then 2 leaves where these guys meet up. Okay. So remember that mess that I made down here? Remember that? Guess what? It's gonna go bye-bye. So, I'm gonna follow this around. Bring it out. Do curl. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to follow this piece, and there's another curly part here. Then there's 2 leaves, right? One there. And if you're running into a dot you made, just go right over the top of it, okay? The dot goes underneath. And then there's another leaf down here. Okay. Now, this guy comes up and curls over this guy. So we're going to put it in. We're going to wind up putting colors over the top of it, and then we will fix it. All right? So, like I said, we are just putting in where everything goes. That's all we're doing. We just want to put in where everything goes. Again, still white, blue, and yellow, guys. Not doing anything fancy. Again, if you messed up your little Humpty Dumps here, you could fix them. And you swoop this up like that. Swoop this up like that. Okay, fill this in. This guy comes up, swoop, and around. And just put that on with a thin, thin, thin layer, okay? So it dries for you. All right? And then there is a leaf on this part. Thank you, Tina B. Thank you, guys. How was everybody's Halloween and everything else that went on? What are we? I've seen you since Halloween. What is it? Anybody want to answer me how it became November already? Would anybody like to answer that? Seriously? I'd like to know. Right, Tina B? You ain't lying about that. You are not lying. Right, Joan? I have no idea either. I have no idea. Okay. Stems are yellow, blue, and white. You got it, Carolyn. You got it, darling. I'll give you guys some ketchup mustard time. You guys, some of you remember Kelly, right? I'd say ketchup mustard time, and she'd say, "Who wants a hamburger?" Oh, it was a good movie, Penny? Yeah? I'll have to keep my eyes out for that one. Okay. We're going to swirl tap that big boy. We're going to get all the white out of them. Dry, dry. Make sure this piece is dry. Okay? Dry, dry, dry. And we're going to grab our yellow. And we're going to swipe in the yellow. See how I'm kind of doing it in broken strokes? I'm not going like, right? I'm doing broken strokes. Let those colors come through. And then I'm going to grab some yellow and red. Put in, right? Swipe it on. Leave it alone. We want those separations of color. Notice I followed that curve. right? I followed that curve. And I'm just smoothing things out. Oh, yes. It was funny. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. Carolyn, yes, it was a party of 8. She had it outside and they completely enjoyed, had a lovely day. It was like a Sunday brunch birthday party. The weather was perfect. She had all the crudité, the bagels, and the everything else out, and it was a lovely afternoon, and a lot of them were first-time painters, and I think they did an excellent job, so we had a good time. What would be some ideas for me to paint for your great-grands, a boy and a girl? Joan, that's a good question. Red and yellow. Red and yellow. Noticed here I put yellow first, so this is going to be brighter. That's why I did just the yellow first and added red to it after. The two sides, I'm just putting red and yellow together. Make sure this piece is dry right here. It's not. Oh, yeah, Tina B. That was a fun one. All I Want for Christmas is a Hippopotamus. That was a fun one. Now, you can go back and adjust accordingly if you want it to have darker reddish areas. Okay, I'm just grabbing my red paint and I'm doing a follow that curve flicky do. Okay, maybe some more over here on this side. Very little paint, just red. Follow that curve flicky do. Yep. This painting is extremely beginner friendly. Alright, little guy is going to be lighter than the big guy, so we're going to do the whole thing in yellow first. Now I'm going to grab my red and just put in some swipes of red. Very little paint. Very little paint. All my swipes are following. Yeah, it would be a very pretty peach. All my swipes are follow that curve. Right? Follow that curve. Hi, GA. How are you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, Tina's always got great ideas. Now we need our the lines. These guys, the lines. I'm doing all right. We're painting pumpkins. So, we need to make a brownish color. So I'm going to grab my yellow. I'm going to grab my red. And I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of blue. Okay, we're going to get a brownish color. Notice this time around I didn't add white to this process. Usually we add white when we're making browns. I did not do that. I grabbed the yellow, the red, and a little bit of blue. We want this to be see-through, okay? And you follow that point, you follow that curve you've been making, and just do a very light swipe. Right? Same on this other side. And then if you want to get fancy, you can do some swipies on the bottom just to add some shading. This is like a level up. Alright, so try it. If it's not working out for you, just take a damp paper towel and wipe it off. Very, very, very little paint. Very, very, very little paint. That works. Yeah, well, purple is blue and red together. Red and green, when you put those together, they make brown. And then the purple is the red and blue together. So green is made with yellow and blue, right? Purple is made with red and blue. And when I tell you guys to make brown, I tell you red and yellow, add a little bit of blue to it. So however you turn that into whichever you're doing, that's what you go with, GA. So there you go. Red, purple, and green, and that'll make you a brown. Absolutely. 6,000%. So I have extremely small amounts of brown on my brush. And I am just swiping this in to add some shading. Like I said, this part's a level up because the brown can get scary. Try it. If you don't like it, just take a damp paper towel and you can wipe it off, okay? Now I'm going to add some red and brown together to do the stripes on the little guy. There you go. Follow that curve. Follow that curve. Right. Add a little bit to the edges. I'm going to wipe my brush off. And I'm going to dab and soften. Nothing on my brush, and I'm just dabbing and softening my lines. Not yet, GA. Nope, that very large piece, I have not finished that yet. No. Okay, so now it's our favorite thing to do. We're going to grab just yellow. Well, it's my favorite thing to do. One of my favorite things to do. We're going to grab just yellow. And glaze our whole pumpkin with it. Why? Because it's fun. And it marries everything together. And it gives you that golden tone. It's just one of my favorite things to do. It's so simple, and you get, hi Jerry, and you get an amazing effect, right? So if you're having trouble seeing your little pumpkin against your big pumpkin, you can grab a microscopic amount of white paint with that yellow. And make the edge brighter. And this is where you're just going to play. Like if you got to add a stripe in, or, you know, fix and play with things, just play with that yellow and that red. Just have fun with it. Make all these little orangey things happen. Okay? And go over it with the yellow, and you're going to have awesome little pumpkins going on here. Just like that. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is finish up the stems. So with the stems, and I'm going to show you the trick. Alright, so let's let this dry a little bit, because we're going to be playing with this stem over here. The trick, right? Oh my goodness, I went out of my lines. This is all over the place. You guys ready for the trick? Oh yeah, no, I haven't either, Jerry. And you're going to grab your blue, and you're going to grab your black, what you painted your background with. And you guys all ready to go, ooh, ah. You ready? You just clean your line up with the background color. And it's like it never happened. Exactly, Jerry. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Okay, I'll give you a little ketchup mustard time. You want to put a second coat of white on your dots. Okay? So once you do all of your dots that I showed you before, you're just going to take your white paint and put an extra coat on them. I don't know how you guys wound up all the way over there. Okay, so you want to make sure you double coat all of your dots, so they pop nicey. And the stems. The stems, I use 3 colors. Thank you, Jerry. We used 3 colors. Thank you guys so much for the stars tonight. Holy cannoli, you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Dawn and Marcia, thank you guys so much. Oh, we gotta do roll call. So we got Sherry, Dawn, Marcia, Joan, Tina B, Penny, Becky, Carolyn, Laura, Chuck, and Jerry in the house. Lounging. He's lounging. Okay, so the stems are 3 colors. Dark green, regular green, and light green. Yeah, exactly, Gina B. Okay, so I'm going to take my yellow. Okay, and my blue. And some white. And we're going to make a green. Right? Then I'm going to take some black. And I'm going to make some dark green. Ah, yes, Joan. Ah, that's awesome, Penny. So I got dark green on my brush right now. And the dark green, I'm just going to flick it in the middle of those stem pieces. I'm also going to put it where these curves come out from the bottom. Some in my leaves. Okay. You have 2 overlapping. You got to pick the one that's on top, right? So you make the one that's underneath darker. Hi, Katie. How are you? Right. I'm going to put some dark green under here because it's under the pumpkin. The underside of the curve. Okay. Now I'm going to take my green, my regular green. Fill in, and I'm doing like little dashy, see, I'm doing like little dashy movements with my hand so it gets texture. Okay, so now I'm just going with my regular green, filling in all the other areas. Okay, on the curve, here, you just kind of flick it into the dark, marry those 2 together. So this is just the regular green. And I'm just flicking it into the dark green. Just a little couple flicks. You don't want to lose the dark green. Just to marry it together. Now, if you have to do each piece separate because you're not, you're doing a little slower, that's fine. I'm like, just pause, do that piece, and that, you know what I mean? Like, so this way your paint stays wet and you can flicky those colors together where they meet. And then the last thing is I took some whites, a whole lot of white with a little bit of the green color in there, and I popped in some highlighted parts there on the curves. Again, flicky, 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 flicky. Flicky, flicky. On the leaf. On the tip here, on the curve, on the curve, on the side. Right? Here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. I'll read that in a second, Penny. I'll read that in 1 second, sweetheart. I just need to do my little flicky flickies while the paint is still allowing the two to go together. Alright, and that's it, guys. That's all you need. It's a very cool, simple, straightforward painting that you can either do some level ups on to practice or not. They're not necessary, but it's always a good thing to try. Like I said, if you screw any of up, you could always take a damp paper towel and wipe it off. Because you're using see-through colors. You're using red and yellow without the white. So, there you go. Her picture made it into a calendar. I got an email today from a contest. Entered her picture with her lamb chop she loves. Oh, that's awesome, Penny. I love that. What's up, Katie? How are you? How's everything? So you guys like the Snow Friends? You're telling me. We had Sherry, Dawn, Marcia, Joan, Tina B, Penny, Becky, Carolyn, Laura, Chuck, Jerry. And Katie came in to say hello. You guys rock stars tonight. Don't forget PayPal and Venmo. Alright, I shared those links. They're all over my page. Don't forget Etsy. Go check my shop, Eve's Creations Art on Etsy. You guys were saying Snow Friends. I'm gonna do, I know what I'll do. Like I did for Halloween, I did the poll. Which fall colors, skull, all that kind of stuff. I'll do another poll to see if you want me to go and do some more fall, or do you want me to switch to the winter and Christmas holiday stuff. So I'll do a poll. We'll figure it out. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. You have an amazing weekend. I'll see you in a couple weeks. And, all right, Penny. I see that. I'm kind of getting the vibe you guys want to switch it over. You're done with the, you're done. The fall has done its thing. You guys want me to change it over. Christmas Cardinal. Okay, Penny. I'm getting that vibe that you're like, I'm done. I'm over it. Let's get into peppermint. Forget the pumpkin spice. Alright. I love y'all. You guys have an amazing couple of weeks. Y'all warm my heart. Have fun. Go create. I'll see you soon. Okay? Bye.